Confidence. What is confidence? In everything we pursue in life, in every endeavor, every career, every aspect of our personal lives, we need to have a certain level of confidence. At least we need to reach a certain level of confidence in order for us to be able to believe in ourselves, believe in the work we do, believe that the work we are producing is going to lead us to at least the ballpark of the results that we are after. And confidence also is a huge part of what allows us to build a community. Confidence allows us to engage and attract human beings and relationships, and to be able to maintain those relationships. Without confidence, basically our lives fall apart. Without confidence, our relationships are become loose. Our relationships become empty of our ability to be able to attach and attract quality relationships and partners in our lives. So where does confidence come from? How do we gain more of it? And how do we maintain it? Perhaps those are the three main questions, because most of us either have it or don't have it, and even when we gain confidence, we don't exactly know what we did or what we didn't do that allowed us to reach that level. So there are certain aspects in our lives, certain parts of our lives where confidence automatically exists. I'm sure you have already met many people out there who are just so charismatic and they walk around this earth like they own this place, and they attract you. Their vibe, their energy is so present, it's so strong that it makes you want to spend more time with that person. It absorbs us to themselves. That is indeed confidence, and in many cases, maybe these individuals don't know exactly how they even gained that. Maybe they were born with it. But where confidence switches here and there, when it starts to tilt in different directions, is that sometimes we may be extremely confident in one category in our lives, and in a different category we might lack even a minimal level of confidence. Now, this is something that I believe almost everybody experiences. You can look at someone who has lots of money, has everything made for them. They're not missing anything. They have all sorts of accomplishment, all sorts of success in terms of what the society considers, a successful life. But if you look at their relationships, maybe they've had 3 different divorces and they barely communicate with their kids. They're barely in touch with their children. And so there's something missing there. There is something substantial in that person's life in terms of their level of confidence and their ability to have a well-balanced existence, really, that is missing. And vice versa. I mean, there are cases in this world and people that I've known personally who have incredible relationships, are amazing fathers, amazing husbands, and maybe they were not necessarily the most ambitious-minded, business-driven individuals. And if you sit down with these people and ask them why, it's very, very clear quickly early on that they didn't really believe they had what it took. And some of the easiest signs to understand that someone lacked a decent level of confidence was that once we feel like we don't have what it takes, we back away from the game. We quit the game. You know, we don't even play, we don't even engage, we don't even compete anymore. And that, there's two ways to look at that. We can look at it from the lens of, well, you're just not interested anymore. And on the other side, you can look at it from the perspective, well, this person has no faith in themselves. This person doesn't believe they're worthy at all. They don't believe they even have a chance, and so they're not even willing to play the game of wealth, the game of business, or the game of relationships, or the game of fatherhood and motherhood, and just being a decent human being and maintaining relationships and maintaining a social life, building a social life. So what's crucial here is to point out that we can build confidence, but we build confidence through pushing ourselves outside of the box. We build confidence through doing what we don't believe we might be able to even succeed at, doing what we believe maybe genuinely that we'll fail at every single time, but doing it deliberately, doing it daily, doing it with discipline, and doing it with at least a fake will that we're going to give it what we have, giving it our best, right? There was a time in my life where I did not believe that I could ever be in shape. I was so obese and so fat that I never, just the thought of me ever even having anything close to, not even a 6-pack, but maybe a 4-pack, didn't exist. But I trained as if I was going to get it. I trained as if it was mine and I was going to take it. And I maintained a diet as if my life depended on it. And so the results eventually appeared. And the 6-pack never arrived, but I got pretty okay in terms of the shape I was in. I definitely made some progress from here to here, right? So step number 1 with confidence is to ignore the voice in our head that tells us this is not possible, you're going to fail, you're gonna make a fool of yourself, what would other people say about you, people will make fun of you, and every little other version of that thought. Ignore them all and push through daily. And the second day comes, there is no result. The third day comes, there is no result. Maybe the 5th year comes and there is no result, and you just keep going. Confidence is built through the daily discipline. It is not something we magically appear for ourselves. Confidence doesn't just show up out of nowhere and present itself to us and suddenly we have it. Confidence is not a pill we can take, something we consume or a shot we inject ourselves with. It doesn't work like that. And this is why when it comes to people who maybe purchase a business just because they had the money or they were in the right place at the right time, and so then suddenly they got a whole lot of wealth, or if they won a lottery, or they just gained something that they didn't believe they deserved, not only they are unable to maintain it, not only their confidence level doesn't rise out of that pure luck, but they go through severe depression. Their confidence level that was already low even falls lower because they know deep down that this is all just a happy coincidence. That if anything happens, they have no idea how to gain it all back. If they lose any of it, they are completely paralyzed. They have no idea how to rebuild any of it. So confidence comes through the work of consistency. I'm gonna say that one more time. Confidence arrives through the work of consistency. Okay? Now, the next topic is how to maintain it. We maintain confidence by consistently putting ourselves through difficult tasks that challenge us physically and maybe mentally or emotionally. Now, this is a topic that we must be very careful with. If you're in your late 30s and your 40s or 50s, a physical challenge might be slightly harmful. So you have to be quite careful with how you're willing to challenge yourself physically. But if you're 19 years old, go right ahead. A physical challenge is huge, especially if you're a man. Mental challenges are tasks like discipline, or maybe seeking adventures, camping, trips that don't require you to stay at 5-star hotels, right? But challenge your ability to maneuver around maybe relatively small budget and surviving it throughout the trip. This could mean going on a spiritual adventure to a place that calls your name, right? The mental challenge could be learning a language, learning a musical instrument, learning an art form. All of these things, anything essentially that is impossible for you to purchase, right, is worth developing, and it's worth diving into and going through the consistent journey. Confidence doesn't arrive in one day. And just because we have confidence in one category doesn't mean we have confidence everywhere else. So our job as we maneuver around our lives every day as we wake up is to recognize which aspects of our lives we have a decent level of mastery over through the confidence we have achieved, and which aspects are still being avoided. Okay, so for me, dancing is an aspect that I'm avoiding. There's basically zero confidence for me in that world, right? And so the more I spend my energy in everything else, simultaneously the more I'm avoiding dance classes. Okay, the journey to improve myself at least a little bit. Do not hesitate. Move towards your weaknesses, because the earliest growth, the fastest growth happens from 0 to step number 7. The entire journey of a beginner is some of the most pleasant, could be also brutal, but joyful experiences anyone can experience, anyone can go through. Learning from completely not knowing anything, going from 0 to a couple of steps up, a mediocre, a medium level, an intermediate level. So the journey of mastery, the journey of building confidence in different categories of our lives consists of recognizing where our weaknesses are and devoting our attention towards them. By doing that, we start to develop a solid foundation. Till next time.